Inside of this envelope are the results of whether or not I have cancer. Yeah, fun stuff. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the cancer thing. I've had a really hard time making this video. This is like the 50th version of me trying to record this. But I want to share the experience because I learned something really important. And I know one of y'all motherfuckers out there needs someone to come and shake them the way I needed this to shake me. So let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Santino Campanelli. I'm a musician and filmmaker out of Los Angeles. And to set the stage real quick, about 4 months ago, I went radio silent on this platform amongst a bunch of other ones because I received a phone call from a usually fairly energetic and upbeat doctor. You know when someone calls you with bad news and because they know they're about to railroad spike your heart into your stomach and out your ass, like you can just feel it in the tone of their voice? I could feel it, and it wasn't going to be a good one. I found out that I have a mass in my neck and it needed to be biopsied, and there was like this 50% chance or something that it's cancer, and there's a whole mess of tests and doctor's visits and stuff that followed this. And I don't want to get too much in that. I'm not looking for pity or sympathy or anything of that nature. I'll get into the results of it later on in this video, but that's not the point. The point is what I've done as a result of this experience over the last 4 or 5 months. Because when I got the news, I shut down. I just stopped. I stopped making music. I stopped making these YouTube videos. I stopped seeing my friends. I just stopped like being a part of the rest of the world because posting on social media, growing a following on YouTube or any of this just felt pointless. These things take years to cultivate. What if I'm not here anymore? It's just a scary thought. It's just weird. It's not a pleasant experience, and while this was happening, because when it rains it pours, there was a lot of unfortunate things happening within my family. My grandfather passed away, my grandmother was diagnosed with what we believe to be ALS, and a host of other things with my immediate family. It's just a lot of people not in a good way, people that I really care about. So I didn't want to share this with them. I didn't want to add to the burden of what they were already dealing with, so I kept it to myself. My wife was the only one who knew, and to her credit, she was amazing, and I think I handled it really well. I didn't want to let her know that I was as stressed and imploding internally as I was, but at some point, I couldn't really hide it anymore. And then something happened. I realized that I couldn't find a reason to do anything. I couldn't figure out the point of it. Except that I just wanted to. I just want to make music. I just want to make these fucking YouTube videos. I want to share the things that I've learned over the last 20 years making movies and music videos and all this stuff. I want to have this community here. I want to build something here. And whether I have 50 days or 50 years to do it, that's just what I want to do. What pisses me off is that it took this to figure out what made me happy, to look at the most obvious elements of my existence. My wife and I moved. As you can see, this is a new location. We moved somewhere less stressful and started talking to a therapist. I went to a psychiatrist as well and finally got medication for my ADHD. I started paying attention to myself. I started paying attention to how I felt and how the things that I was making and the time I was spending building something was making me feel. How was this all affecting me? I never paid attention to that shit before. I didn't care, it didn't matter. Stop being a bitch, work harder. Until you're like, what if I don't have enough life left to work harder? What if I can't figure it out? What's the fucking point? And by the way, the results are negative. That's what these are. These are the results, they're negative. It's like a small chance that there's something there. Keep an eye on it every year. Awesome. Elated. It's scary still, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Make what you want to make. Do what you want to do. The point of this video is to tell you, don't wait for this. Don't wait for a wake-up call like that. We know this truth inherently. We know this thing, but we ignore it and we forget that super obvious advice. As quickly as we say it or hear it, it's in one ear, out the other. Grab life by the fucking balls and do the thing, but don't put so much pressure on yourself for it to be anything other than an enjoyable experience. Make sure it's fulfilling you. Make sure it's adding to the quality of your life. The fact of the matter is I'd rather live a shortened life of quality than a miserable life of quantity. What do you want? Is there something you've been pushing off because of bullshit reasons, like you're worried about how people are going to feel about it or what they're gonna think of you or what? Fuck them. Go do it. Something you wanna make that you've never tried to make before, go make it. Go create. Go do things. You wanna move and change your environment? Change it. Go. Do it right fucking now. Figure it out. Don't wait. Don't ignore that twisting in your stomach because you think you need to muscle through. Don't wait for the fucking wake-up call when you don't think you have much time left. Suddenly, perspective changes real quick. Don't wait for it. I love you.